Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another AEW Unrivaled review. And today I'll be looking at the Amazon exclusive Young Bucks Tag Team Pack. On both sides you get the same set of images of the Young Bucks. Then on the back you get this really awesome picture of the Bucks posed along with their signature. Alright, so that was the box. A really nice looking packaging, but enough of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at Nick and Matt Jackson. Alright, and here we have Nick and Matt out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figures, let's look at the accessories that they come with. So aside from the entrance shirts, the Bucks come with a pair of Tag Team Championship belts. Here's the other one. We'll just look at one since they're both the same as they should be. And it looks really nice. We have seen this before with other tag team figures. Some nice detail on the plates, especially the middle one. That looks really nice. So good looking belt, but again, only set of accessories aside from the shirts that this set comes with. So no fisted hands. That's quite disappointing. Then looking at the entrance shirt, it is the same on both Nick and Matt. This looks really nice. I like the printing here. The design looks really cool. It says Young Bucks. Printed very well. You've got a buck right here. At the bottom it says Killing the Business with the AEW logo. So a nice looking soft goods shirt. Back's got Velcro, and yeah, you might be noticing some things here on the shoulders. So, yeah, we'll get to that later. Then take a closer look at Nick's head scan. This is the same face as the Unrivaled Series 3 Nick. Not my favorite face scan, but it's okay. I do prefer that one that was used for Series 1 and reused for Series 7. But regardless, this one is painted well. The teeth, the eyes, and the eyebrows look good. Black headband here. Sideburns look pretty good. Some good sculpting on the ponytail. So yeah, the exact same one as Series 3. Only real difference is just the hair color and no Elite logo on the front. Then looking at Matt's head sculpt, this one is brand new. Now, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I know there are people complaining that this head sculpt wasn't good, and yeah, I do see their point. However, it's nowhere near as bad as Series 3 and Series 7. I absolutely hate the face scan on both of those figures. To me, it looks absolutely ugly. It's not appealing. And so looking at this one, I'm probably liking this a little more than I should, simply because those other ones are so ugly. Me personally, I think Series 1 had the best head scan. That's my personal favorite. Not sure why Jazzwares hasn't reused that face and retooled the head. I would like to see that. But paint, for the most part, is pretty good. The eyes look decent. The eyebrows look good. The lips, the beard looks nice. Some good sculpting on the hair. And yeah, there's that paint stain there. Pulled back at the top, so that looks pretty decent. No extra paint, there's just one solid color. And yeah, let's go ahead and take these shirts off and look at the damage on the body. Alright, so here they are, both without their shirts, and yeah, you can see that the torsos, the shoulders are stained from the fabric, and yeah, I'm not happy with that, because this isn't the first time it's happened with these AEW figures, so yeah, let's go ahead and look at look at the rest of them. So here looking at Nick, you've got that on the shoulder right here, so that does not look good, and then the problem with these stains is that you can't just wipe them off, you can't clean them off, they're stained. It is stuck there. Here you see it on the side, at the lower abs right here, a little bit right there on the other side, and then you see his shoulder right here, the left shoulder, yeah, it's still there. So really the only way to get rid of this is that if you paint over it, because not even acetone would fix that. You can see another spot right here. Looking at Matt Jackson, and yeah, it's worse on this figure. Seriously, this looks like it's a tattoo, it's not even a stain, that's how big and dark it is. Goes all the way to the back. You see a little bit on the back of Matt right here. Here, see it on the side right here, again over here. So yeah, to say that I'm frustrated, to say I'm disappointed, that's a bit of an understatement, because again, this is not the first time that we are seeing this. The first one that I can remember was Jake Hager. That was pretty much a widespread issue. All of them were stained. I think even some of the lucky people that had good looking Jake Hagers still had somewhat of staining on the body. And then CM Punk also had that issue. I bought two of them, and both had the same staining at the bottom of the torso near the waist. And now here we have an Amazon exclusive that has the same issue. Not only that, but these actually came with protective plastic on the arms and around the lower torso, and it didn't even fix that issue. It didn't protect it at all. So at this point, I gotta say, Jazzwares, I don't know if you're watching this. If someone is, you gotta get this fixed. You guys are 10 waves into Unrivaled, 4 into Unmatched. You've got the Supreme Collection shipping out right now, and you're still dealing with these issues? I'm sorry, but that is not acceptable at all, because this isn't an issue that you can just easily fix. You're gonna have to paint over this, otherwise you're gonna have customers contacting you asking for replacement pieces. And normally in my videos, I'm not this harsh, but seriously, when it comes to widespread QC problems like this needs to be addressed. Because I know Jeremy Padawer on Twitter, when the AEW line first released, he addressed the issues with the Series 1, how people were complaining with the skin tone. He addressed it. He said it was going to be fixed. That's awesome. That's great customer service. Now we've got 3 sets of figures from different waves having the same issue. That now needs to be addressed. And I'm sorry, but when I do reviews, I speak the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to kiss any company's ass. If there's an issue with the figure, I'm going to say it. I'm not one of these reviewers that's afraid to bite the hand that feeds, so to speak. Because I'm doing these reviews not for companies, but for you guys, the collectors. The people who are watching this, who want to know, hey, should I buy this or should I not? Is there an issue with this figure or is it good? I'm telling you, there's an issue with this Amazon set. This thing was just released literally yesterday afternoon. I bought it with overnight shipping. It came the very next morning, so I haven't seen too many people posting their delivery of this, but I did see a couple online having the stains on here, so I'm going to suspect that this is probably going to be a widespread thing. And if it's not, then I'll eat my words and say that I'm wrong. But again, I don't know if Jazzwares is watching this. I know Jeremy Padawer, he's liked some of my photos. There's another guy at Jazzwares who follows me on Instagram. So I'm not saying this to put you guys down, because I'm a fan of the AEW line. I want this line to succeed and do well by the customers. Fix these issues. Don't let this crap slide. Alright, rant over. Now let's look at the lower body. So both Nick and Matt are wearing tights that are similar to each other, but they are different in the sense that the colors are inversed on each other. So here on Matt Jackson, you've got purple zebra stripes on the right side, and then this green on the left side. So the paint does look good here. It's not 100% perfect. There are some mispaints and imperfections here or there. They are minor. That stuff, I'm okay with that. I can let that slide. This no, no, that's not acceptable. You've got the Young Bucks right here, painted really well. The letters look good. This stripe pattern right here, I think a little bit of a leopard print. So maybe it's not zebra stripes, maybe it's tiger stripes. I don't know. But that looks good. Pink tassels, plastic right there. Then on the right side, you've got a green tassel. And then the stripes up here look pretty good. Not much on the back. Then looking at Nick, same pattern, but again, the colors are reversed. You've got green on the side here, the Young Bucks name in purple. Actually looks pretty good. Tassels look good. Paint looks good right there. And then on the left side, you've got the hot pink right here. Paint looks pretty good. Plastic tassels look good here. Some nice paint right there with the stripes and the leopard pattern, so that looks nice. Alright, so going over the articulation, I'm not going to go over both of them since they have the exact same bodies, but they do have different head sculpts. So Matt can look that high up, that far down, can turn side to side, and not really tilt. Then looking at Nick, he looks that high up, that far down, can turn side to side, and not really tilt that much, well, slightly. The neck has a hinge and a ball joint. Arms go that high up, rotate all the way around, bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, a swivel and hinge at the wrist, a ball joint at the upper diaphragm. He crunches that far forward, goes that far back, can turn slightly, pivots nicely. Then a ball joint at the waist. He crunches even further forward, further back, and twists slightly. Legs go that far out, they go that high up, so not the best range there. Thigh cut, double jointed knees, a cut at the top of the boot. The ankle doesn't really go that high up or that far down due to the plastic here. And, yeah, there is an ankle pivot there, but not a whole big range right there due to that plastic down here. Alright, and here we have the new Amazon exclusive Young Bucks figures next to the Series 1 Young Bucks. Here they are next to the Series 3 Young Bucks. And finally, here they are next to the Series 7 Young Bucks figures. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new Amazon? Oh, f*** it. This shit sucks. Alright, but in all seriousness though, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't in good conscience recommend these figures at all. Seriously, the staining really isn't minor. It's pretty big, especially on Matt Jackson. Now, obviously, if this is a widespread QC issue, the staining isn't going to look the same on everyone's figures. But the fact that this is not the first or the second time that figures from the Jazzwares AEW line has had this issue, we are seeing this again? Yeah, I'm sorry. No, this isn't good. And it sucks because I was really looking forward to this set because it looked good. From the images, I thought, oh man, these are going to probably be the best Young Bucks figures that we've gotten so far. Series 1 was pretty good, but the attire was very specific to that one match. Series 3 had a horrible head scan for Matt, and Series 7 really wasn't that much better. So this one I had really high hopes, and then, yeah, it's got this QC problem. Now, if you're someone that doesn't really care about that, you really want the tight design on these figures, you could swap out the torsos on one of the previous Bucks figures, and that would work. But for me personally, spending money on something that's going to have this issue, yeah, I can't in good conscience say, hey, go buy this, just so I can make a company happy. Because again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to be sucking up to any companies. I'm not willing to do that just so I don't quote unquote bite the hand that feeds. And if that makes me someone that other companies don't want to work with, you know, so be it. Because I'm not going to compromise who I am. I'm not going to compromise my integrity just so I can get some free stuff. And that doesn't go for just Jazzwares. That's for any company that I review. Jazzwares, Mattel, McFarlane Toys, whatever, you name it. If a figure is great, I'm going to praise it and recommend it. If a figure is not, and it's bad, I'm going to say don't waste your money on it. Because again, I'm doing this for collectors, for people watching this. We're living in these times where money is tight, inflation's at an all-time high, prices are rising on everything. You don't want to waste your hard-earned money on figures that end up sucking or figures that have QC problems. So it's unfortunate for me to say this set is not worth getting, but as I mentioned, if this is not a widespread thing and this is just mine and a couple others that I've seen online, then I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. I'm not ashamed to do that, but from the looks of it, yeah, disappointing set, unfortunately. And I really hope if this is the case of this widespread issue, Jazzwares addresses it, fixes it, and we don't see this again in the future. But I would like to see you guys again in the future, so hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, check out my social media to keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography. I know Jazzwares has, and I'll see you next time.